Hello everyone, this is Kaifu here with Game 1 series between Yibo and Josh. With Yibo on my left side playing Reflect, Refrain, Alice World, while on my right side we do have Josh is playing Reflect, Refrain, Faries. So this will be a fairy matchup versus a Alice World matchup. So what is this Alice World I'm talking about? Well, Alice World is pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure majority of you guys should know what Alice World does. Dropping Yibo really early in the game, comboing off with your Adam Brawley, Morgiana, Elvis Priest and so on, Cheshire Cat, get comboing off, get the Yibo on the field and getting a free big stick on the field, because in Alice World, your main attacker is pretty much Yibo. 12-12 flying, really easy to cast on the field. All you require to do is just summon 2 Resonate and has to remain on the battlefield until end of turn and a discount of 2. Usually Yibo is a 5 cost, but however you can make it as a 1 cost really easily in this type of deck. However, we do have Josh on my right side playing Faries. Now, Fairy did get some major boost in the latest expansion set, but however, in my opinion, I don't think it will affect that much, because yes, Faries have Titania, and also has the King and other stuff. Like, they have a lot of new stuff, and so that's great and all. But however, the attack stat is mediocre. Like, it's not that great. It's very weak. Like, sure, you have some good early game plays, like summoning Water Sprite and so on, Flame Sprite and so on, etc. Sure, but in between the mid game, you don't really do a lot of stuff compared to other decks such as Yudrusu, Alice World, Sacred Base even. Like, a lot of those have some powerful early, mid and late game plays, while this type of deck is like, I'll get some little fairies in the field and then try to kill you as soon as I can with Vivian, and also dropping Titania for the major boost. But other than that, it pretty much is. So it's not really surprising to see a fairy deck to do really well in a competitive scene, but let's see how everything goes so far. So currently life point wise 4,000 kept to 4,000. We do have Morgiana, 2 Change the World, and obviously 1 Flame Sprite and 1 Water Sprite. Sorry for the glare guys, because obviously it's the lighting, I can't control it and it was already recorded during the time, so nothing much I can do about it, but I will try my best to explain what each card on the battlefield is. I think he dropped the one gives protection to fairies, so it's gonna burn off the Morgiana using the Flame Sprite and attacking directly with the Water Sprite for 200 damage. So as you can see, like the early game, sure they put in some nice feel, I can say, but however, when it comes to damage wise, they can't really do much at the moment, because fairies are very like small and weak to deal with. So it's not too hard for Yibo at the moment from my point of view, but Yibo has to catch up because he did lose his Morgiana just now. So yeah, he needs to find some way to do with it. He does drop a Leviathan surprisingly. So I'm not sure about why he dropped the Leviathan, because usually when you're dropping Leviathan, you want to Judgment the turn and then use Reflective Frames to build to search for a card. That's from my point of view, but I think he's dropping the Leviathan just to avoid Whirlwind, assuming his opponent is playing Whirlwind. But if you take a look at it, his Magic Stone up is 2 Fairies Memoria, so you don't really have to worry about any of any win, because obviously what are the chances of him hitting the second oh no mind, he actually hit the what's it, Moonshade, that's right. Moonshade does allow you to produce any card by a cost of 200 life, but however I don't think it's a great idea dropping the Leviathan anyway, because you actually are showing your opponent, hey, my hand's quite small, so it means I don't have a lot of stuff for you, so do whatever you want. So usually you want to keep the Leviathan in hand as a bait, not as a bait, as a bluff. You have like extra cards, like it could be reactive and so on. So that's my point of view, but yeah, I think people have their own play style, so let's see how it goes. Paying 3 resources and dropping, I think that's a Vivian. I think so. I can't see with the glare. Again, I can't really do much about the glare. It's very annoying. And obviously, I had to like zoom in to see what it is. And I do believe it's the Vivian, because it's a free cost resonator. Looks like before battle phase kicks in, and here comes Sign to the Future. Sign to the Future allows you to remove 2 residents from your opponent's side field, and yeah, the only way you can do that if they control 3 or more residents than you, which he does, obviously, because Yibo has no field presence at the moment besides his Regalias, and obviously his opponent does trying to swarm the field with fairies. Obviously a Scientific Future is very, very good for this matchup at the moment, slowing down Josh like very, very tremendously. Wait, that's not a. I didn't think that it was a Vivian, because again I couldn't see it. It's like I think that the Resonator is the one not allow your opponent to do anything on your turn, like the ruler one. I can't remember. It's the Angel card I can remember. Dropping Morgiana, using Reflect Refrain's ability, obviously to check top 3 to see what he has and add one to the hand instead of drawing to it. So it does allow him to get more options at the moment. So now let's see what does Yibo put back to the bottom of the deck, because he did add 1 card to his hand. He needs to put something back to the bottom of the deck. So he's putting that back to the bottom of the deck and tapping for a stone and Moonshade. So Moonshade is usually mostly used for like if you want to maximize out your colors. Obviously you don't want to use too much Moonshade, because Moonshade will slowly drain you down really easily. Sometimes that 200 life point at the late game could matter between you losing and winning, so you have to be very careful when you're using Moonshade. Cheshire does come down, which allows him to draw 2 cards, and obviously drawing 2 cards means that he checked top 6 because Morgiana is in play. Life point wise, 3,600 compared to 4,000 life point. Not much has changed, nothing too amazing happening at the moment, no combo, no crazy shenanigans at the moment, because I'm pretty sure Yibo is trying to establish a field and trying to finish the opponent off really easily. Paying 200, I'm assuming Wyver's coming out right now, because why else will you do it? Oh no, it's actually another Cheshire Cat, so I want to dig into that Wyver. But even he does dig into Wyver, I don't think he can really do much at the moment, unless he's really willing to sacrifice the Morgiana by incarnating with one of the Cheshire Cat along with Morgiana for Adam Broly, and then Adam Broly will be able to produce 1 color and draw a card, which allows him to drop the Wyver if he really wants to. Usually that's the standard play for Alice World, but it really depends what Yibo have in hand at the moment. It could be like mediocre, it could be amazing, but it really depends, because he has to do something about this soon, because all his opponent's fairies is able to fly, so meaning he can't block anything with his Cheshire Cat. So meaning those Cheshire Cat won't be chump blockers, won't be doing anything besides sitting there, can't do anything, can't attack at all. Well, he can attack, but has no attack stats in general. While those fairies like, I'm gonna fly above you, swing, smack you for the face for like a couple hundreds. So really annoying for Yibo at the moment, because Yibo like, I don't want to take too much damage, because I have a Moonshade, and Moonshade will drain my life, and each time I drain my life, those fairy hits me closer to my life to 0. So let's see now. 3,400 compared to 4,000 life point. Let's see what does Josh do in this situation. Josh is in the driving seat when it comes to life point wise, but he's trying to push for any aggressive play. He can't really do much, because again, like, those fairies only swing for a couple hundred, like 200, 100, or not 100, that's too low, 200, 300 around those area. It's not too much unless he drops a Vivian and multiple Vivians on the field at the same time. That's when the fairies will be hitting like a truck. Paying 3 looks like, yep, he does drop the Vivian now. Now Vivian will allow you to +2/+2 to all fairies on the field, including herself. So now this fairy is going to be swinging for 4/4. If he able to drop another fairy, he able to enable another +2/+2, so all fairies get +4/+4 instead. So those fairies going to be swinging pretty harsh later on in the game if Vivian remains on the field way too long. Obviously, a judge comes in to see a classified ruling between 2 players, asking does Vivian pump everyone else, including herself, also pump the field when she comes to play. And yes, it does it does work, because it says when a fairy comes to play and Vivian is a fairy, and then you drop on the field, it pumps the field +2/+2 instantly. So giving a good buff overall. Let's see now, we're almost at the 10-minute mark now, and not much has happened at the moment besides slow attacking. Obviously, fairies pretty much try to like slow down the opponent, kind of, by looks of it, what he's trying to do. While Yibo on my left side is trying to find a way to get rid of those fairies. Now, the best way to get rid of those fairies is massive AoE damage. Usually, you'll be using Flame King Shell, Flame Trap, Escape into Dimension, so on. Like a lot of massive removal card like those, or even assigned to the future allows you to get rid of those board present, because the more Faries your opponent has, the stronger those abilities will get. Like for example, like such as Flame Sprite, the more Faries you have, the more burn you get to. The Light Sprite can heal your life, but I don't think that's irrelevant and so on. But yeah, usually the more Faries your opponent has, the bigger trouble you'll be in, because they're all flying. So meaning unless you have a lot of flyers yourself, you won't be able to block any attack. But however, on the good side, the Faries are very weak, so leaving Yibo some fighting chance at the moment, because if he versing those Faries, and say if those Faries was sitting on like 6/6 or something, he wouldn't really do much, because obviously flying 6/6 is pretty damn nasty at the moment. If it does go off, that is. Let's see now. Josh is still at 4,000 life points, so he can't use the Moonshade if he wants to drain his life 200. But with a strong advantage like this, you don't really want to use the Moonshade at the moment, like draining yourself 200, allowing your opponent to do some major damage onto you. So you want to be very careful. So let's see, tapping for free resource, and looks like he is playing the Precia, but in the shift form. So he's thinking about it. He's either play the shift here on the regular side or the shift form. Now, Precia has two effects now, two-sided effect. The normal side of the Precia, which allows you to like do a normal dual truth, which allows you to force each other, Resonator and the J Ruler fighting each other, or you can flip over to the possession or Precious Possession or Bounty Possession, whatever it's called. It allows you, when it dies, you're able to steal opponent's Resonator. And in comes the Incarnation, sacrificing the Morgiana and the obviously the blue Precia, which allows you to steal a card on the field. In comes the King's Scout, and obviously protecting the Vivian can't be targeted by spells or abilities, so meaning that Incarnation was worthless from my point of view. If I was him, if I was Yibo, I would automatically drop the fighting mode, like the regular mode. Just kill one of those Flame Sprite or kill one of those Resonate. At least you can do something, and then Incarnate if you necessarily need to, and drop in like whatever. Wait, let me count again. He played Adam Broly, he played Precia. Well, he couldn't play Wyvern the first, but I'm assuming Yibo didn't know the fact that Wyvern, the Resonator, has to remain on the field when you play it, so I'm assuming he didn't know about it. So that's why he played the Wyvern on the field with when it's supposed to be a free cost instead of a one cost. So I'm pretty sure that's a common mistake that most people play, because they don't really know much about the erratas or actual. Yeah, most of the time it's just the errata. Force of Will has a lot of cards being errata mostly from the Grim cluster and the Valhalla cluster, due to mistranslation and so on. So not everyone can pick it up and so on, but it's best you know all the errata of each card, so you know how to take your opportunity to like, wait, you can't do this and so on because it got errata and so on. Like that's the best way you can say. So don't take this opportunity like, oh, he doesn't know about it and then I'll do it. So that's not the best way. But hey, let's see what happens. Field wise, 2 Change the World, 1 Leviathan, 1 Adderall, 1 Wyvern, 2 Cheshire Cat compared to a lot of Faries. I can't see that. I know it's 1 Vivian, 1 Flame Sprite, 1 Blue Sprite, and I think that's the King. I believe that's King, yeah, I think so. Yeah, sorry about the glare, guys. I can't really do much about it at the moment. Unless someone can, like, I don't know, become a massive shield to be a shadow for the glares, but other than that, I don't think he can do much at the moment. Tapping, I think he's attacking with it. No, attacking way too much. So I'm assuming he's tapping for a cost for Titanium. Yep, he is dropping for Titanium, and Titanium will become a 1 cost instead. Now, usually Titanium requires is a 7 cost Resonator, but you can discount it by 2 for each Resonator tap down when you're casting it. So he's tapping down 3, so discount of 6. So he only needs to play 1 resource. So let's see, he's tapping that one. No, he's tapping 2 resource? Oh. Okay, I think another misplay by Josh. Well, not played by Josh, but mostly an accident by Josh. Josh should have tapped a resource for Titanium, because Titanium requires at least 1 blue to be played on the battlefield. He does have the blue resource you need, but I think he actually just forgot about it, and obviously Yibo didn't notice it at all. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I think it's just like this game is like so long. It's like almost like 15 minutes now, so maybe that's the reason why they made some misplay. But other than that, usually a very competitive player, you always keep an eye out like what your opponent is doing, like wait, how do you drop this when you don't have enough resources and so on. Usually a competitive player will be like that, but let's see how it is for now. So let's see what he's searching for, because that spell card play, he can search for up to 2 fairies, and 2 fairies, I believe 1-drop fairies, can't remember the text in my head, but I remember he can grab at least 2 fairies from it and add to your hand, or pump the fuel of fairies +4/+4, or +2/+2. It's one of those 2 effects, I can't remember on top of my head. Yeah, just a lot of stuff that's happening at the moment. So let's see what can Josh do now. Josh did add, I think 2 flame spray, I believe. But yeah, at the moment, Yibo only has 1 Yibo to block with because everyone is flying. So meaning he doesn't have a lot of way to like deal with his opponent's flying midgets, you can say. Judgment into Reflect Refrain will have the accessibility to bounce a card back if everyone wants to. But it really depends on what Josh uses it for, because he can use it for the tutoring, he can use it for the bouncing, countering a spell. In general, he can use a lot of stuff with Reflect Refrain mode, so he is in a very dominant position at the moment. So bouncing the Titanium back with Yibo's J activation, not J, the bounce build from Reflect Refrain. But however, Yibo is trying to bounce it again because he doesn't want to deal with a 12/12 that is boosting the whole field. Titanium also boosts all fairies and water resonant on the battlefield on his side of the field, +2/+2. So those water sprite will be swinging for 4/4, flame sprite will be swinging for like 4/5, and so on, like a lot of ways. So at the moment, he's trying to bounce back the Titanium and wasting a lot of counters on it because, yeah, just a lot of counters being wasted and so on. So not too good, but it doesn't matter too much because he does have a Yibo in play, which will allow him to go to offensive if he really wants to. However, he only has 2 cards in hand, so I don't know what he can do with those 2 cards compared to his opponent with 3 cards in hand and a massive field as well. So, and not only that, he's versing a Reflect Refrain on the field with 4 counters most likely, and he will have the ability to bounce a card back, counter a spell, and so on. So it could be very, very difficult for Yibo at the moment. Even though Yibo has a dumb position when it comes to Resonators, but at the moment, Josh is in control what his opponent can do, because obviously a spell play you play, at the moment any normal spell play you play can easily get countered by Reflect Refrain, so you have to be very careful. So now Yibo is trying to think of a strategy at the moment, but I'm not sure what he can actually do. He can tap for a stone if he really wants to, but looks like no, he's judgmenting right away, so meaning he wants to use the J activation, pay 2 counters or whatever counter he has on the Reflect Refrain to bounce a card and so on. Looks like he's attacking the Vivian. That's a correct choice because usually Vivian will be the source of the reason that why you might be losing, because Vivian can randomly pump all your opponent's Resonator +2/+2 and can easily kill you. Yibo is trying to get rid of Vivian, is just a bit hard for him at the moment, and I'm surprised that I'm not sure if I noticed or not, but I didn't think Yibo used the Reflect Refrain to draw one at the moment. I didn't catch it. If I didn't think I'd catch it. Maybe he did use it, but I didn't notice at all. But I'm pretty sure he didn't do it. So we're already almost at the 20-minute mark now, 18:30 almost. Yeah, 18:30 almost. So field-wise, we have Adam Broly, 2 Cheshire Cat, 2 Change the Will, 1 Reflect Refrain, and 1 Leviathan, compared to 1 Reflect Refrain. I think 2 Flame Sprite and 1 Water Sprite, 1 Vivian, and 2 Kings. Well, it was 2 Kings, now it's 1 King. Now attacking the Vivian, obviously getting bounced by the Resonator. So yeah. So wait, Vivian is 7/5/7, isn't it? Is it? So how did Adam Brawler kill it? He must have pumped that bank with a Reflect Refrain. That's the only way I can figure out at the moment, because like Adam Brawler is a 6/8 and Vivian is a 5/7. I'm pretty sure Vivian's a 5/7, but I could be dead wrong. So I have no idea how Vivian dies, so quote me if I'm wrong. But yeah. Dropping Maribel in play. Maribel allows you to get rid of Regalius if you want to, but Josh doesn't really have any Regalius, so maybe he could use that Maribel for like punching the face for 1000 by paying 5 resource, but he only has 3 resource to play with at the moment, so very, very questionable pool play. So yeah, let's see what happens now. Currently life point wise 2,800 compared to 4,000 life point. I think this has been remaining like this for quite some time, a good 5 to 7 minutes now, remaining the same life point, nothing has changed. But yeah, like, let's see what can Yibo do. Yibo has to do 4,000 damage at the moment, but I don't think he can actually do 4,000 damage at the moment. He's trying to defend off against those nasty ass midget fairies, because those fairies can do a lot of damage on the board if played correctly. Let's see now. Josh is in command at the moment, because Josh does have a lot more resource to play with. 4 magic stone, more field presence you can say, but very weak. He does have reflect on the battle. I think is on the ruler side or the J rule side. I can't see with the glare. I think it's on the J rule side, so he does have the ability to bounce a card back if he wants to. So let's see. Looks like he's going for the offensive play now. Swing for 200. Putting down to 2,600 now. A lot more to go, because those fairies are not doing a lot of damage at the moment, because as I said before early in the video, fairy does have a lot of early game plays, but they can't really do a lot of damage on the board, so very hard for fairy players to actually do anything in the mid to late game. So looks like he's flipping back to his ruler form before the draw phase. So yeah, gaining counters from the orbs allows you to gain card advantage. Not only that, gaining counters most importantly. With those counters, you can do a lot of control play up to you, because change the world allows you to untap, retap, and so on, bounce, counter spell, and so on. That's a lot of stuff for you. It really helps like on most situations. But let's see what can Josh do now, because Josh does have a stronger presence, but again his field can't really do much. Like I think he's free of the untapped resonator, the king, the escort king, so pretty much those are 0/6 resonators, which does nothing at all. Can't do damage, can only chump block. They already used their abilities already, which is protecting a fairy, but other than that they're just vanilla cards, so they can't really do much at the moment. So let's see what can he do. Adam Brawler attacking to the water sprite, surprisingly, so not allowing Josh for the extra offensive play, and he does allow to get through, because now Adam Brawler already did his job, so getting rid of the water sprite, so meaning he doesn't have to take any damage at the moment, unless Josh has another Vivian in his hand, then that's a different story. Let's see now, 2,600 compared to 4,000 life point. Such a long game. Now usually I don't complain too much about long games, but games going for this long is very tiring because of like video rendering and so on. But other than that, like a lot of people ask me, like in general, like do I like seeing like rush matchup or control matchup? I usually like to watch control matchup because it's interesting, but it takes forever to edit and render. I don't like rush, but rush allows me to finish the video a lot faster and so on. So yeah, I really double sword edge, like not double sword edge, like, double standard you can say, like something like that line. So yeah, in comes to Precia, doing like 400 damage I believe onto the one of the kings, but it won't be enough to kill. But he's going for the offensive play now, interestingly. So Yibo is trying to do some offensive play at the moment, but he does drop the Guiba. So it looks like he's trying to maintain his defense, because the Guiba is the only flying resident at the moment can defend him. So yeah, and that Maribel can't really do much at the moment, because Maribel is only a can only be a resonator if you can cast 5 resource, but you can cast 3 instead if your ruler is a Machina Lord. So obviously Yibo's ruler is not Machina Lord, so it can't be a 3 cost, it has to be a 5 cost. In comes the Flame Sprite, and Flame Sprite can easily do, let's say, 500 damage on the board, burning 500 directly to Precia. Surprisingly, I thought he would get rid of the Elvish Priest, because Elvish Priest is one of the reasons that he can generate resource on the battlefield, so that will be me. Not only that, he can get rid of like those whirlwind plays as well, so yeah, that would be me. Dropping the Dark Fairy, I believe. Yeah, the Dark Fairy. Yeah. What this Dark Fairy does is that when it goes to the graveyard, you can add a fairy from your graveyard back to your hand. So it allows you to like recover like or cycles the same card you used before. But again, like I said before, fairy doesn't really do much, because fairy doesn't have a lot of oomph like into it when it comes to do like power play and so on. So at the moment, Josh is doing some minor damage at the moment with his fairies. But again, like I said before, fairies aren't doing too much, because like it's been like almost like a good 25 minutes and it's only been dealt like what 14 damage at the moment. So as you can see, like Fairy isn't going too well at the moment because there's not a lot of support. Once like the next expansion set comes out and when Fairy gets a lot of support, that's when I'll say Fairy might be really good depending what they get. But at the moment they are really mediocre because they can't do much. Sure, they have a lot of fancy plays and so on, but when it comes to going offensive wise, they can't really go that much offensive if they want to because they're mostly a defensive type of deck unless you drop the Vivian in play. So let's see now. Currently life point wise 2,600 compared to 3,800. I think the 3,800 comes from the 200 damage being taken away by the Moonshade most likely. I'm pretty sure it's been taken by the Moonshade. So let's see now. Josh is trying to do a power play, as I said before, most likely dropping the Titanium on the field, so he's trying to do the offensive play that he wants, and also pumping all his Fairy Resonate as well, so giving +2/+2. So you can say it's a permanent type version of the Vivian's effect. So here comes Titanium, so plussing 2/+2 to all Fairies and all Water Resonate on the battlefield, or on his side field, shall I say. So going the extra offensive and dropping the addition Resonate under the I can't remember the name. I can't remember the language too much. That Resonate allows you to give all your Fairy Flash or Quick Cast, shall I say. So yeah, I can't remember the name too much, but he gave the one allows you to protect it from like burn damage or any effect damage at all. So and +2/+2 as well. So attacking into the Admiral. Wait. So how did Admiral die? Wait, what? I'm confused. So Wind Sprite +2. Oh no, this makes no sense. Wait, what? Okay, I'm completely confused as you guys. Like, I might have missed something because I wasn't really watching the screen, but well, I was watching the screen, but I wasn't watching like what happened. But something must happen because I don't know how that Admiral died. If you guys can tell me below, or I can rewatch it myself, but most likely I won't be rewatching it, so just tell me what happened in the comment section down below. Looks like a lot of damage has been dealt directly, attacking directly for 400 damage. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Putting down to 1,200 life point. Damn, that was a lot of damage being dealt this turn. So yeah, let's see now. 1,200 compared to 3,800, so not looking too good at the moment for Yibo. Yibo is trying to maintain field, but that refrain keep bouncing his field back, so he's kind of struggling at the moment, you can say. Dropping Morgiana using Reflect Refrain's ability to filter for one, so it allows you to get any key cards you need if you necessarily need to put yourself in a strong position, and he definitely does need it because he's only down to 12 life, and any more attacks from those Resonator can be enough for game. Because at the moment, Josh does have a stronger Resonator. That one, the Resonator is sitting on 6/6 and getting an additional +2/+2, so it's getting is swinging for 800 damage and flying as well. So unless Yibo can maintain that Wyvern play really easily, then I would say he's fine. But at the moment, he's getting taken down really easily by those Fairies, so which is kind of annoying for him at the moment. So yeah. Let's see now. Looks like Yibo is trying to go off with combos or trying to do a lot of damage or trying to defend in general. So yeah, very interesting at the moment. Let's see now. Life point wise, 1,200 compared to 3,800. I'm pretty sure I'm repeating the life point like a lot. Like, oh, why I keep repeating life point? Well, obviously I got nothing to talk about at the moment. So yeah, usually I'll express like how I believe the game should work and so on, but due to the glare, I can't really see too well with the Resonator. I can assume what it is. I'm assuming he's trying to bounce the Vivian. Like, I think that's a Vivian, is it? I can't tell. It's too much glare for me to handle. So yeah, I'm assuming it's some kind of like key card he need, but yeah, can't be helped. If only I can like. It's really hard to recall like feature matches, especially big events, because you have no idea which one's the best position at all. Because like obviously the venue can be very different time to time, or should I say, obviously always be different time to time, unless you know the location yourself. So let's see now. Josh is trying to do a massive power play now. We're already almost at 30-minute mark, so this is going to be ending quite soon, most likely. Tapping for a stone. Getting a what's that called again? Moonlight, is it? Yeah, Moonlight. So now Moonlight allows you to produce any colors you need as long your main stone or your actual stone liner produce the same color. So for Moonshine instead, Moonshine can produce 5 colors, then Moonlight can copy as well. And in comes the +4/+4 for all fairies, and obviously Yibo cannot protect against all those. So that's the game, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for game 2.